I know what you're thinking. It is this, right? If I follow along all the techniques that are being discussed in this video, will I really be in the top 1% of people who are really effective communicators? The answer is yes, because the 99% of people do not practice the basics or the fundamentals of effective communication, the fundamentals of building good connections with people, and that is why their communication remains at the superficial level. Think about all the effective communicators that you have heard or listened to. It is not just about having a great charisma, a very good voice and accent, having a very good, beautiful appearance, but it is a lot more about what are you adding to the other person's life by communicating these things. It is about value addition. So you have to keep your insecurities aside that you have about yourself when you start communicating. Majority of the times, especially students, tell me when I ask them, why are you shy to communicate? Why are you shy to ask questions in the workshop? The main answer that comes forward is that I'm not a confident person. My voice is not that good. I do not appear that beautiful, or I do not appear that handsome. Communication is not about you, your appearances. It is about making the other person understand what you want to say and understanding what the other person wants to say. It is simple, right? Then why do we complicate it so much? So we are going to look at some fundamental techniques that will make you a memorable communicator, you an effective communicator. That means whatever you say, the other person understands clearly. So there is no any shyness, no any miscommunication, and basically what you want is done. What you want is being communicated. So your purpose is accomplished. That is the time when we say that you are an effective communicator. Here's the first one. Start by including others as a part of your communication. For example, at the beginning of this video, instead of telling you what you are going to get out of this video, if I start talking about myself, what do I do, how great of a speaker I am, and why you should be listening to me to become like me, then there are very rare chances that you would stay in this video at this particular point in time. So that is very important, that you make other people feel that their needs are being taken care of while you're conducting this communication. So you need to include the other person, even though you're speaking in a platform like this YouTube, where I don't really know my audience, but I know what am I offering to them. I may not see you guys right now here, but what I am saying, you people are able to understand. That happens when you put the listeners or the other person's need first. Second, keep it simple, engaging, and very interesting. Think about that conversation where a person was just telling you about facts, and that goes a very long conversation which is just bombarding of information, and you're not able to retain or recall anything that the person said. This happens when there is no element of connection between you and the listener, or if you're on the listening side, then the listener and the speaker. So what you can do? You can include storytelling as a part of your communication. This is a very common trait in effective communicators, that they will always use real life examples or storytelling while communicating something. Even if you are in a business scenario or you are in a very formal setup, that time you can talk about case studies. You can talk about some real life situations that your listener can resonate with, that is relevant to your listeners. We human beings are hardwired to retain stories. We understand where it is a real life experience, and we know that this experience can happen in my life, so I better listen to the speaker so that I understand what the speaker is saying. So involve storytelling as a part of your communication. Third, be clear and crisp. This kind of clarity will only come to your communication style when you know what you want to say. When you practice enough, you have to practice what you want to say, especially when it is a high stakes situation. That means you're going to address a group of people, or you are a shy or an introvert person, but now there is a situation where you want to address some group of people which you haven't done before, but now you're willing to do it because it is going to enhance you in certain way. So communication is a part of our life, no matter what profession we are in, what we are doing, in which life phase we are in, because information always has to be passed from one point to the other. So if we learn how to do it in a clear and a crisp way, that will really help us. Now, the fourth thing that I want to tell you is about how to practice. Whatever I have told you needs to be practiced. Start involving the first three things that I told you in your day-to-day conversations and see what kind of impact are you making by making those changes. Every single day when you're ending your day, you can give yourself a feedback about how did I include these things. The last thing that I want to tell you in this particular point is that you can always practice speaking in front of a camera. That means you can record yourself while speaking and see what are the things that I don't want to do. For example, if you think I do too many hand gestures while speaking, so when you record yourself and see what mistake you're making, that is the only time when you will be able to correct that mistake. So if you want to feel comfortable and secured while speaking, the first thing is you have to really get comfortable. Don't go for the gimmicks and techniques. People tell you to boost your confidence instantaneously, boost your skills instantaneously. That doesn't happen. If you're working on any skill, you have to practice, and for that you have to really get comfortable in front of the camera. And to get comfortable, first you have to start recording yourself, see what you're not doing right, and then improve on that particular part. Give yourself feedbacks. So your insecurities related to speaking will only go away when you see yourself speaking. So that is what I want to say in the practice point. Let's come to the fifth point. Always start on a positive note. No matter if you're trying to have a difficult conversation, an easy conversation, a fun conversation, or not so fun conversation, always try to start on a positive note and talk about real positive things. I don't want you to make up any fake scenarios to sound positive, but start on a positive note so that the person is open to listening. For example, if I come in the attacking mode towards you, that you know I am going to blame you or catch hold of you or criticize you for something, what are you going to do? You're going to close yourself. You're going to shut yourself down. You're going to defend my points over and over again and not really listen to me. So if you really want somebody's attention, especially when you're trying to give them a feedback, that time start on a positive note, appraising that person or appreciating that person about how they are good at something, but then your frustration point that is not so good, and then again closing on a specific positive note, telling them what they should do to improve this thing. So you see, you're not being fake at any point in time. Still you're able to convey your frustration properly, starting and ending with something positive that is adding to the other person again. So don't make it about yourself. Your behavior is making me feel terrible. Your behavior is frustrating me. All these things, nobody is going to listen to you. So instead of that, you first tell the people about what is good in them. So people open themselves up. Then you can say, if you correct these things, you'll become a better person, and then give them how to do that. So this is the simplest way how you can communicate effectively. So you see to it that you are really valuing other people's attention by strategically communicating with them. It's very easy to blabber about information, to blabber about facts, and not really care about the needs of the people who are listening to you. But it takes time, practice, and real dedication to be an effective communicator. You have to be willing to save other people's time and your time too, and communicate effectively, so that we as a group, we as an organization move towards efficiency. So good communication, good connections lead to efficiency and productivity in the longer run. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, then you can subscribe to my channel and press the notification so that you stay updated for more such videos.